Hey guys, welcome to another video in the 5 million gold from scratch challenge, where I go over everything that has made me gold in the past week. This video might be the one, guys. I haven't added up all my mailboxes before recording this video because I like to be surprised at the end of these videos, but I know for a fact that I am either getting my Brutosaur today or I'm going to be pretty close. I did play a bit less this week than I normally do, so I know some professions will be earning much less this week, but I hope it's still enough to push me above that 5 million mark and not fall short something like 100k and have to wait another whole week. I do have faith. I honestly cannot wait to see how much gold I end off this video at, so let's just get right into it right off the bat. In the last video, I ended off at 3,478,000 gold, just shy of 3,479,000 gold. We were 46 gold away from that number. So this video, I am starting at 3,077,000 gold, which means I spent about 401,000 gold in the past week. So a bit on the lower end, you know, I didn't spend a million gold like I usually do. So that just means that this week I will be able to profit a lot more. And once again, it just makes me super excited to see that final number we end off at the end of the video with. So let's see how much gold I have pulled in on our first character here, which is my gathering tune, my herbalist, and my miner. Getting straight into it, we have, once again, I did play a bit less this week, so some mailboxes are going to be a bit less than they were last week and the week before that. This character being one, I definitely did not spend as much time gathering this week as I did last week. I kind of went crazy gathering last week, but this week I tamed it down a bit more because I wanted to focus on my other professions when I did have the time, because I just didn't have as much time this week is all, which is why I didn't play as much. I definitely wanted to, because I want my Brutosaur as fast as possible, and I wanted to secure it this week. I hope I did with the time that I had, but either way, let's go over what I sold through gathering this week. We have Yasiraline seeds and foxflowers. These both come from the same farm. It's a Legion herb. Legion and Kata herbs on my server are very profitable in terms of gold per hour through gathering, you know, actually spending your time going out and farming this stuff. So, you know, I always recommend Legion herbs, Kata herbs. They're great. We got Fell Iron bars, 53 for 13, almost 14,000 gold. So I've been talking about these for the past couple weeks, and Fell Iron has just been kind of exploding on my server for some reason, and the sell rate is just so great on my server as well, that I kind of stocked up on a lot of Fell Iron. I got a bunch of bars, I have a bunch of ore, have a bunch of Eternium, and all that good stuff, so I've been selling that stuff consistently. Hardened Elementium bars, only 2 for 1.4k, so I probably made those for a lot of profit each, hardened bar. And moving on up, we have Star Moss, 503 for 5.5k gold. I did a bit of BFA herb gathering just because BFA herbs, the reason why I love BFA herbs is because you just get so much variety. You get basically every single type of BFA herb just through one farm. You can focus on, say, like Siren's Pollen, and you're going to get every other type of herb just from farming Siren's Pollen. So BFA herbs are fun in that way, in that aspect. We got Akuna's Bite, like I was mentioning. I did a bit of BFA stuff, so and then more Fell Iron, so it's kind of just the same going up here. More Legion, Yasiraline seeds, a Sharsville, that's from Kata, Titanium ore. You know I love Titanium and Serenite farming. Definitely, I forgot to mention that. Wrath of Lich King mining is king. Go out to Winter Grasp, spend a couple hours there, get a bunch of Titanium and Serenite, and you'll be set for a couple weeks of, you know, some high-priced ores when it comes to especially the Titanium. I think I'm selling bars at like 3k each, so it's kind of crazy. We got some Anchorweed, a big stack of Anchorweed, 221 for 15,000 gold, and then here's some Serenite bars like I was just talking about, 44 of those for 2.3k gold, more Fell Iron, and then White Trillium ore, 25 for 1,000 gold. I actually didn't farm this White Trillium ore. I just kind of spent some Spirits of Harmony, and I got, what was that, 5 Spirits of Harmony, so 5 Spirits of Harmony into 25 White Trillium ore, and that equals 1,000 gold. I kind of just blew through this character. I've been talking about how I farm up Legion, Kata, Wrath, BFA. I talk about it every single week, so I kind of wanted to just blow through this character really quick and get into the other characters that have made a bit more. 79,000 gold is still quite a bit though, and we will collect this up. I do want to mention that if I do get my Brutosaur today, I am going to be making more videos on, or in this, challenge series, going over each profession specifically. I'll be going over everything I did to make all my gold through each profession, very in very much detail. I'm gonna go over my TSM profile through it and all that good stuff. Show you guys all the numbers, all my expenses, all my profits, and all my sales. And yeah, we're collected up the 79k. Let's move on to the next character. Okay, so maybe that was a little too quick. Let's slow it down just a tiny bit. And we're going over my enchanter and everything that I have earned through enchanting this week. And I have earned a total of 39,000 gold through enchanting this week. Again, a bit less than usual. This might even be the lowest amount I've ever got through enchanting, even compared to my first week ever diving into enchanting. But, like I was mentioning, I just spent a bit less time actually playing this week, just because I wasn't able to. And also, there's a lot of competition nowadays with everyone at home, so, a bunch of different factors kind of all playing in here. But again, I still have faith that I'll earn the gold that I need. So, starting out here, we have 7 Accord of Versatility enchant rings. These were at least 1,000 gold last week. And as you can see, they're under 1,000 gold because I sold 7 for 4.8k. So that kind of sucks. The prices are all kind of falling on my server. Enchant Shoulders, Boon of the Scavenger. These are from Legion, and I sold 3 for 3.1k. That's actually more than last week, so I guess the fluctuations are kind of random depending on what the item is. We have Quick Navigation, Enchant Weapons. I sell all the Accords, all the Navigations, anything from BFA that's profitable, anything that shows green basically. If I click this, all that green, I'd be crafting. So I sold 3 of these for 1.3k, and Tome of Illusion of Azeroth for 3.6k. You get this for maxing out your vanilla enchanting, and you should definitely just max out all the older expansion enchants because you get the Tomes of Illusions throughout all the expansions, plus all the random enchants. They all do sell. Trust me, if you've been watching this series and been looking at everything that I sell through my mailboxes, you know that it doesn't really matter what expansion it's from, what the stats are, or anything that the enchant gives. They will sell for some reason. It's kind of weird. Like, it can give +2 health from an enchant, and it will sell for like 100 gold. It's kind of crazy how inflation has changed the game. But here we have more BFA weapon enchants. These are the more specific names, like Machinist's Brilliance. We have 3 of these for 3.6k, so still hovering around that 1,000 gold mark for each one. Enchant Neck Mark of the Hidden Satyr. I was selling this for 9,000 gold, guys. I was selling these for 9,000 gold 2 weeks ago, and they're now 2.7k. Ooh, everyone staying home has not been kind to me. Trust me. Like, you can tell from the numbers have just kind of plummeted if you've been following this series every single week. Light Step Hoof Plates, 1,000 gold for one of those as well. Mark of the Hidden Satyr again, so we don't need to be going over that. Just a bunch of Mark of the Hidden Satyrs this week, I guess. These ones are more towards 2,000 gold. This one was actually 2.3k. So they're just falling every day. You can see 2.7k, then 2.3k, then 1.9k. It's just every day it gets worse and worse and worse. At least on my server. I don't know how it is for you guys. Definitely let me know. Another 25, so I guess I did Spirits of Harmony 5 on this guy as well. It's kind of weird. I did the same thing twice, and they kind of sold for the same exact amount of gold. So that's kind of weird, but 39k on the Enchanter. A very poor week, but, it is what it is. Once again, it's kind of... Let me know how your guys' server has been since, everyone's been told to stay home. Has it been as worse as it is for me, for you guys? Because, like I was mentioning, just every day, it's not just every week, but every single day, the prices are dropping like crazy for everything for me. So let me know how you guys have been handling your servers since everyone's staying home. A bunch more competition, bunch of people just kind of doing their own thing, getting all their own stuff. They don't need us gold makers because they have the time now to actually get their own professions leveled up. But like I said, let me know in the comments below. So here I am on my blacksmith. The blacksmith has earned, like always, a very nice 130k basically for the week. That's kind of the average that I make on the blacksmith. It's pretty much 130k every single week. Some weeks it's a lot more, above 200k, but it never really falls below 130k. So even with the prices falling, the blacksmith is just too consistent. Too many people need uncanny gear, and it's crazy. So let's kind of see where it all starts. So here we go. So uncanny. It's gonna be a lot and a lot of uncanny gear, but you can see here, here's a nice stack of model hardened stirrups, 50 for 23,000 gold, nearly 24k, so that was a very nice chunk to get throughout the week. I'm selling uncanny gear, every single weapon, every single plate armor, selling between, it seems, 5,000 to 9,000 gold each and every single one, sometimes going above, like right here, a Shanker for 10.3k. I sold an Eternal Belt Buckle, that's from Wrath of the Lich King. You can make that pretty easily through Wrath of the Lich King. Like I was mentioning on the Enchanter, just level every single expansion's profession. If you have the profession, like if you have blacksmithing, level up vanilla blacksmithing all the way through BFA blacksmithing and just make everything that's profitable, because you get things like this, Eternal Belt Buckle, making as much as BFA weapons, like current content weapons, pretty much. So one Eternal Belt Buckle for 4,000 gold, that is a nice sell right there. And that's pretty much it, because it's a lot of uncanny gear. I can go over every individual piece of uncanny gear, but that would just be wasted time, because I just make everything. Like if it's profitable for you, make it. That's pretty much the lesson of this entire series. Pretty much, that's been my strategy going from 0 gold to 5 million gold, is to just make everything that's profitable. Don't think about it. Like literally, do not think about what you're making. Like I was mentioning with the Enchanter, it could be a +2 health enchant, and someone's gonna buy it. So now to take a look at my Leatherworking Sales, I have earned 53,000 gold through leatherworking in just 27 mils. That's actually quite a bit of gold per mil, and that is a pretty decent week for my leatherworker. When we compare it to this entire series, most of the time it's between like 20 to 40k gold, so 53 is actually a bit more than usual. Through leatherworking, we got Drums of Fury, selling these all the time now. 30 of these for 1,000 gold. I make these for 5 gold each, and I sell them between 50 to 60 gold each, so I make a lot of profit through Drums of Fury. And over time, I've probably earned close to 60k just from Drums of Fury in the past few weeks, so it definitely adds up, even though it's only like 1,000 gold right here. It's been very, very consistent. And then more uncanny gear. We got the bow for 6,000 gold, and then some leather pieces for about 3,000 gold. So a bit less than the blacksmithing items. We have a Journeying Robes of the Aurora. This comes from, I believe, WoD. I could be wrong, but it's just a random old school transmog piece for 1.4k gold. More bows. I sold quite a bit of bows this week actually, which is weird. That's a bit more than usual. A Dread Leather Belt, that's from Legion for 1.9k gold. 30 Dredge Leather Bladders for 7.6k gold. That seems like a little bit, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that Dredge Leather Bladders used to be a bit more than that, so it does seem like those prices have dropped pretty significantly in the past few weeks. And then since it was only 27 mils, that's actually it, because it was just very high value males. We have another 110 Drums of Fury for 3.9k gold, and then a Comfortable Rider's Barding for 2.2k gold. Definitely make mount equipment throughout all the professions. I sell them nearly every day, but at least every single week I sell quite a few mounting equipment throughout all the professions that can make them. So blacksmithing, tailoring, enchanting, I believe, with the light step hoof plates, and leatherworking, obviously, right here. And that's pretty much it. I make, once again, all the uncanny leather pieces, and the bow is the only real weapon through leatherworking. But a nice 53k through leatherworking. I'm happy with that. And we're going to move on to the next character. So now we have my tailoring profits this week, and I have earned 43,000 gold through tailoring, which is about half, actually less than half as last week. I think last week was the week where I pulled in over 100k. It was like 120k, something like that. So once again, just everything is just falling in price. It's kind of terrible, but hey, at least we got like the Brutosaur pretty much before all the prices started falling. We'll have to see at the end of this video, obviously, but we're pretty much there. And we got there before everything tanked. So that makes me happy that I started when I started, I guess. But we have otherworldly bags here. They're not worth over 1,000 gold, but I do want to mention them because I was mentioning last week that these have just basically plummeted in price. These were 2.6k for the past like 3 months straight on my server. Because I was pretty much the only one making them. But, you know, just a couple people come into the game and they start making the same things you're making, and things can change drastically. So they go from 2.6k each to 500 gold each, and I'm still selling the same exact amount because the sell rate didn't increase or decrease. It's just the price decreased, so my profits have decreased. So that kind of sucks, but you know, still making profit at least, just definitely nowhere near as much. And then we have Uncanny Satin Mittens, so the cloth Uncanny gear. I'm gonna say it on every single profession. I make all the Uncanny gear on every single profession, so you're gonna see it throughout all the characters, and that's for 3,000 gold. So that's actually quite a bit more than usual. The cloth gear on my server usually goes between 1 to 2k gold, so that is a price increase there. Maybe I just got lucky that day, and the price was a little bit more. But we have some Bolt of Imbued Frostweave 6 for 2.1k gold. I've been making some bolts, as you can see here, and some of the bolts have insane profit. As you can see, only 6 of these bolts for over 2,000 gold, which is quite nice. We have some deep sea bags. These I'm making at minimal profit at this point. They're making maybe 10 gold each right now. You know, somebody might reset the price though, and it might go up. But right now, I'm not resetting the price. I don't feel like it, and I'm only making about 10 gold each. Satin cloak, so cloth cloak for 7k. These have been very consistent, 7 to 8k gold. So even though we get free cloaks, they have not dropped in price at all since 8.3 has launched. A bunch more deep sea bags for that minimal 10 gold profit each. And I probably sold 20, so I made, what, 200 gold? It's basically nothing from deep sea bags this time, which is why I earned over or less than half than last week, because last week deep sea bags kind of carried all the profits. But you know, each week is different. That's why you want to spread yourself across all the professions. That way fluctuations don't affect you as badly as someone that's invested into one profession. And then we have more mittens through Uncanny Cloth Gear. Tight spray linen robe, so this is just the standard level 1 BFA tailoring green linen robe, and that transmog piece sold for 1.4k gold, which is pretty much on par with some of the Uncanny gear through tailoring, to be honest. And that's kind of it. So not a very good week for the tailor, 43,000 gold. That's probably the lowest week in a pretty long time. Tailoring was usually the worst profession for me, but the past 2 to 3 weeks have been very nice. But it looks like we're getting back to those lower numbers through tailoring, and yeah, the mailbox is going pretty slow. It always does through tailoring because of all the bags. So I'll just skip through this, and I'll see you guys on the next character. So far, all the characters that I've shown you up to this point has earned less than half than they usually do. So it's been a pretty poor week so far, and I really want my Brutosaur. So I'm really happy that we have my Alchemist here, because my Alchemist has not seen the poor week. My Alchemist has actually earned the most it's ever earned at 773,000 gold this week. And it was not just purely through Xanth this time. So I will be going over what I've sold. Some of it was through Xanth, though. You can see my first huge sale this week was 857 Xanth for 47.8k gold. So that is a huge chunk, and I'm glad that I sold that. Again, I'm just selling them at double profit, so I bought them at about 35 gold each, and I'm selling them for over 70 gold, upwards to like 100 gold each, depending on if I'm lucky or not. And yeah, I basically am flipping, what was it, 25,000 Xanth for twice or double profit. So it's been really nice. It's been treating me quite well. But we also have just pure potions and flasks that we're selling this week, because last week I didn't really sell too much potions and flasks for some reason. It was kind of weird because Alchemy has always sold just insane amounts of potions, but we're back at it, and this week we have a stack of 431 potions of Unbridled Fury for 102,000 gold. A single sell right here. I sold all these, I sold the sell, and I checked my auction house, and I sold that it was a stack of 102k gold waiting to go to the mailbox, and it was crazy. I love Alchemy. It's good. We have Superior Battle Potions of Strength, 50 of these for 10.5k gold, so these don't sell for quite as much. And then we have, actually I guess they do, because 50 Potions of Unbridled Fury, getting ahead of myself here, for another 10,000 gold, 260 Abyssal Healing Potions for 37,000, 51 Greater Flask of Endless Fathoms for another 37,000 gold, and then we have more Potions of Unbridled Fury, 88 for 17k. So you can see Potions of Unbridled Fury have been killing it this week. More 600, which is that's all I make. So apparently I don't even make enough Potions of Unbridled Fury because there are insanely rich players out there, maybe guilds. But I sold a full stack of 600 for 114k gold, so maybe I need to make 1,000 now. I don't know. Apparently I'm not even making enough at 600. And we have a Uncanny Discombobulator, so this character is also an engineer, not just purely alchemist. But it definitely does not earn as much as Alchemy, obviously. But we did have one sale this week at 12k for the mace. We have Greater Flask of the Currents, 35 of these for 26k. 558 Xanthid for 45k, and then Flask of Relentless Assault for 27k. I don't have this at rank 3, I get no procs. This is just, it's just profitable to make them as a single flask, so I definitely was doing that. Actually, I guess I sold 2 Discombobulators this week for another 12.7k gold. More Unbridled Furies, 40 for 14k. Greater Flask of Endless Fathoms, 86 for 63k. And those are all the huge stacks. So you can see that it wasn't really too much Xanthid. It was a bit. It was maybe, what, 100k gold worth of Xanthid, but just so many people needed Potions of Flask this week, and they were selling for insane amounts. Just so many huge stacks this time. It's kind of crazy. Multiple stacks of over 100k for just Potions of Unbridled Fury. So definitely, if you're not making Potions of Unbridled Fury, I don't know what else to show you to get to convince you. Like, honestly, like, it's crazy. So 773,000 gold. I don't even care if this takes a long time. We're going to sit here and collect it all and enjoy this huge collection right here. And like I was mentioning earlier, if I do get the Brutosaur today, which I'm hoping I do, even though most of my professions have earned basically nothing this week, I still feel like I will be close enough to where I will be able to earn the Brutosaur. But if I do earn the Brutosaur, I will be making more videos going over each profession specifically. What I did this entire time throughout the series to make the gold in just plain detail. I'm going to go over all the expenses, so everything that I bought to craft with, and then I'm going to go over everything that I sold, so you can see exactly how much profit I've been making for the past few months. And at the end of this video, I will also be doing a overview of basically the server that I'm playing on. I'm just going to go over all of the gold that I have earned, not specific professions, just all of it in total. You guys will see when we get there. But yeah, we collected up 773k. That is amazing. And if we don't get the Brutosaur today, we still have next week to hopefully earn maybe 1 million gold in a single week on this character. But hopefully we don't have to, and I get the Brutosaur today. So now let's see the profits that I've earned through Inscription and cooking. And I have earned 151,000 gold this week. And even though that seems great, 150k is definitely a lot of gold. That's still half of what I've been earning than usual. It's crazy, but I mean, still, it's 150k. It's great. So I sold another 8 Bountiful Captain's Feasts for 15k, and I say another because for the past 3 weeks in a row, for some reason, I've just been selling 8 Bountiful Captain's Feasts. It's kind of weird. It's like always 8. Maybe there's just one guild buying it. I'm not sure every week, but we have Highborn Compendiums of Swirling Tides. These are the eye level 400 trinkets that you craft through Inscription, and these have plummeted in price kind of on my server. They were going for between 13 to upwards to 20k each, and you can see I sold 2 for 7.6k. Still nice profit, but just not as much, and definitely a bit more sad. And that's again why I'm earning under half with every single profession, because just prices are plummeting. War Scroll of Battle Shout, 25 for 11.6k gold. So War Scrolls are definitely seeing an increase in sell rate, but a decrease in value. 40 Baked Potatoes for just under 4k gold. 2 contracts of Tortillon Seekers for 1.3k gold. So a few contracts here. That's quite nice. Usually I don't sell any contracts. 50 Tomes of the Quiet Mind for just under 13k gold. I need to make more of those because I only make 50 at a time. More War Scrolls, but this time of Fortitude, 9 for 4.2k gold. 20 Biltongs for 1.4k gold. A pretty big stack here. 18 Codex of the Quiet Mind for 20,500 gold. I wish Codex would sell more because they sell for a lot of value. but they definitely have a much slower sell rate than the tomes. 2 more Bountiful Captain's Feasts for 3.8k gold. More War Scrolls, so don't really need to talk about those. Here, I guess the Compendiums of Sundering are still high value because I sold 1 Highborn Compendium of Sundering for 16,500 gold. Swamp Fish and Chips 94 for 1.4k gold. These aren't really too much to talk about, to be honest. I usually don't sell quite a bit of these, and they usually don't sell for a lot. I just got lucky this week, I guess. 1 contract of Tortulent Seeker for 1k gold. That's weird because that's the same price as the 2 right here, so it doubled in price apparently one of these days. 11 Ghastly Goulashes for just under 2k gold. These are some of the best foods you can make this patch right now. 90 Sailor's Pies for 2.5k. 10 more Tomes of the Quiet Mind for another just under 2k value. 80 Biltongs. Biltongs are great. Make Biltongs. I sold those for 3.4k. Kebabs. These are the best food, so hands down. 96 of these for 14.4k gold. More of the same foods here. And yeah, it's just more of all the same exact foods. So 151k. A decent amount of that was actually from Inscription this time, not just purely cooking. So that's quite nice. I'm still sad that all the prices are dropping in value, but we're living through it. That's why we cover all the professions, because it all still adds up. We're gonna probably make, we are going to make well over 1 million gold this week. So even though all the prices are being slashed in half or even more, still making 1 million gold, and that is due purely because I spread myself across all the professions. So definitely the biggest tip I can give you guys is to do that. I honestly don't even want to show you guys this character, but it is a profession. We're covering all the professions. This is Jewelcrafting, and I earned a measly 12,000 gold. Not even. It's just under 12,000 gold through Jewelcrafting. So yeah, even less than last week. Last week was 16k, and I didn't think it could get any lower than that, and well, the game proved me wrong, and I earned not even 12,000 gold this week. The only thing that sold for over 1,000 gold was a single title amethyst loop. It is a eye level 300 ring, and it sold for 1.5k gold. You can see the rest is just random, more of the rings, but obviously not for 1.5k gold, around like 600 to 900 gold, and then just random, random gems. So nothing really to talk about. 12k, not looking good for the Brutosaur, but I hope we're close. I hope we're close, because I only have 1 to 2 more characters to show you guys, and I guess we'll just do that now. Alright, so here we have my Transmog character, and this is either going to be the last character that I show you guys, or if we don't have enough for the Brutosaur, I will be showing you guys one more character that we will collect gold from, but hopefully we don't need that last character, and this will be enough for the Brutosaur. But the Transmog sales this week were also extremely poor, and I only earned 15,000 gold through Transmog, which I believe is the worst week ever through Transmog as well. So as you can tell, it was the worst week for every single way I've made gold except for Alchemy. So yeah, this week was terrible. There's a few reasons though. I didn't play as much, and also all the competition / prices dropping and all that stuff. It's just, there's a bunch of factors on why it was such a poor week for gold for me. But some of the things that I have sold was an Aboriginal loincloth. I've been selling these quite consistently. I got these from Wailing Caverns. I probably got like 5 of them, and I think I've sold all 5 of them by now, and they've been selling between 5,000 to 20,000 gold per loincloth. So definitely go out and farm Wailing Caverns, get a stock up of those. We have a Chief Brigadier's leggings and a War-Torn tunic of the Quick Blade. The first one for 4.2k gold, and then the tunic for 1.5k gold. Don't remember where those come from, honestly, because I probably farmed them up 2 months ago and they're just now selling. So I do not remember where those come from. But if you just look them up on Wowhead, you can easily find the dungeons that they drop through. And let's collect up this 15,000 gold. It's so bad. Oh man, it's so bad. I hope we get the Brutosaur today. I really do, because these numbers are kind of making me sad, to be honest. It's so much less than it's been. That's why. It's just like total price drops across every profession except for Alchemy. Like, it's crazy. Everything's tanking. But let's see. Do I have 5 million gold on this account? Now let me just explain this really quick before I go over the gold. Now, what I was saying when I was saying this is either the last character or there will be one more, that is because if you guys have not been following the series for the past few videos, I did spend 705k gold a couple weeks ago to get a second account because I wanted to try out dual boxing, but I did not want it to count towards this Brutosaur because I didn't want to multi-box and I didn't want that to just make people upset, you know what I mean? Like, people would say that I multi-boxed for the Brutosaur or something like that. I just don't want anything like that in the comments, because I did earn this Brutosaur fair and square. It's taken me, how long has it been? Like 5 months? It's been a long time, and I've been doing gold making every single day for the past 5 months, so I've definitely earned it, and that is why I have to explain this so people don't say that I didn't. Now, the reason why it is okay for me to go over to the second account and pull gold from it is because I haven't actually made any gold from multi-boxing yet. I spent 705k and I haven't earned 705k back yet, but I have earned a few 100,000 gold back, but it is still a negative because I spent 705k, and that means that I can send that 705k back to this account because I earned that 705k through this series. I kind of just borrowed it. I took the gold that I've been making for the Brutosaur and I borrowed 705k for my own personal, enjoyment, and I will, just be sending it back because I borrowed it. I earned all the gold through this series, and I just spent the gold that I earned for a personal project. So it should be 100% fine. But let's see. I started out this video last week. I got confused there. We ended off last week at 3,479,000 gold, so that would be the number that I would have to pass to earn a profit, which obviously we blew past that number. So 3,479,000. Let's see what we're at now. Please just hit 5 mil on this account. I don't want to go over another character because I don't want to be sad. Let's see. Oh, wow, 4,373,000 gold. So I did earn in profit with just this account through all the professions just under 900k. I earned 895k. I pretty much made everything through Alchemy. I've been saying that on all the professions because just everything was so poor this week, but 895k. Let's move over to the second account and let's see if I earned the Brutosaur. Okay, so here we are on my bank alt for my second account that I've been using for dual boxing. So what I do is I keep everything that my second druid gathers and I just send it all to this guy. I don't do anything with it. I don't think about it. I just send it all over. That way this gold hasn't been mixing with my main account's gold, so that way it was easier to show you guys and keep them separated. But we might be borrowing the gold today if we have enough. Let's see. So let's see what I have gathered using my second druid this week. So wow, that's actually way more than my my main account druid, which is weird because they all collect the same exact things. But I guess they are competing with each other technically because they're all just listing the same stuff as each other since they're all just gathering the same thing. But 190k, and then we have 440k. I don't want to do the math right now before we go over everything, but we might be very close. I don't know. Let's see. Fell iron bars. We already talked about these on my main druid, but I'll go over them again. 97 for 25,000 gold. Like I was mentioning, farm fell iron if you're seeing these numbers on your server. It's crazy. We have some star moss here and a random transmog that I got from just killing something random while I was gathering that got in my way. Basically, that's the only way I would get transmog on this account. We have Ashar's Veil 565 for 16.7k gold. That's a lot of Ashar's Veil. That's basically an hour's worth, I guess. Fellsteel Bar 2 for 2.4k gold, so those are going for 1.2k each, which is just more profit than selling the Fell Iron Bars straight up. Definitely combine the Eternium with your Fell Iron. We have Xanthid 137 for 6.5k gold. Primal Fires, 6 of these for 11,000 gold. Arcane Crystals, so you can see I did go out and farm Thorium for an hour, and I do have arcane crystals on my main druid, but I guess I just didn't sell any on that druid this week, but I did sell them on this character, so 22 for 14.4k gold. More Tailoring Seeds, the same as the main accounts. We have 644 more Xanthid for 30.7k gold. This character is even competing with my Alchemist, because my Alchemist is selling Xanthid, my main druid is selling Xanthid, and then this guy's selling Xanthid. So I'm kind of just competing with myself all over the place here. We have 32 Volatile Life for 1,000, 433 Cinderbloom for just under 5k gold. So Cinderbloom isn't really profitable to target as a Kata herb, but you do get a lot of Cinderbloom farming all the other Kata herbs. We have a nice stack of 1,000 Volatile Life. I was mentioning this last week, I have thousands and thousands of Volatile Life because I do a ton of Kata herb farming. So I did sell a big chunk of that, 1,000 for 35.6k gold. That is a lot. And then the last couple big stacks here is Anchorweed 224 for 15k, and then 983 Star Moss for 11,000 gold. Not 88k. I almost said 88k. But here we go, 190k. Let's see the total. So my main account, I still have pulled up here. Let me go over and click that. So we ended at 4,373,000 gold, which means I need 627k, right? 627k. We have over 627k. This is why I love not doing the math beforehand and just doing it while we're here, because this is what I'm gonna do. We have 630k. Again, guys, this is not cheating. I stole this money from my main account. I already earned this gold through this challenge series, and I stole it from the main account to buy this account, which means that anything under 705k is actually in a negative because I haven't earned any gold through dual boxing. I had that initial upfront cost of 705k gold. It was basically like an investment. You can think of it as an investment that we haven't earned an actual profit from. But we did earn a Brutosaur because I'm going to take 600. Actually, here we go. I don't even know if I can send 600k at once. I'm going to do this on my own, and I'll have it all added up for you guys, and I'll just see you guys on my main account. Alright, it is time, guys. I have sent over all of the gold from all of my characters, and I thought it would just be appropriate to get the Brutosaur on my Alchemist, since my Alchemist pretty much earned the Brutosaur by himself. But I have sent over all of the gold. I can just go over each character individually. Now, I do move around my gold from character to character, depending on if a character needs more gold than another. But in general, each character has earned its own gold, so we can kind of see which characters have earned more gold than the others. Once again, I will be making videos on every single character specifically and going over in great detail everything that I've done from that specific profession to earn gold, but this is going to be kind of a general overview of the past 5 months. It has been a very, very long 5 months. My first video in this series was actually from 3 months ago, but I did state in the first episode of the series that I had already been playing for about 2 months. Like, I came back to the game for 2 months before I made the first video, but I'll be able to show you guys through the TSM homepage because that's been tracking it the entire time. But we can kind of go over each character and see who has earned the most gold. So Malone is my second account, Bank Alt. That's the first character that I sent the gold over from, and that was 627k. I showed you guys that just a minute ago. And a handy little tip: if you guys are trading huge amounts of gold like 627k, you can actually add an heirloom to it to make sure that when you send it, you're sending it to your own character and not accidentally mistyping your character's name. You know, especially with all the excitement wanting this Brutosaur so bad, I definitely didn't want to take any chances, so that's why each of the males has a piece of heirloom gear, just to make sure it's my own character. But 627k from the second account. Once again, it is gold that I have already earned through the series. If I didn't buy the second account, we would have already had the Brutosaur a week ago. That's what that means. Maybe 2 weeks ago. because once again, I just borrowed the gold. So that was through that. And then we have Mog main, so through Transmog, like I was mentioning in, I think, last week's video. I have spent like 100 or 200k off my Transmog character because it is the character that's the easiest to take gold from. If I needed it for, say, my Alchemist, if I needed Xanathid and I didn't have enough gold to buy out as much Xanathid as I needed, it's easy to borrow 100k from the Transmog character because they're not buying anything, at least for me. So this character has actually earned closer to 500k gold, but I did end off at 252k and sent that over. Next we have Frost, so that is my mage, which is my enchanter. So enchanting has been my the profession that I spent the least amount of time on, but I still earned quite a bit of gold. I just barely got enchanting, I think, 4 videos ago. It was definitely the last profession that I earned, and still 245k from just a few weeks of enchanting. So that definitely was very profitable. We have underrated, which is my blacksmith. So 379k from my blacksmith. It was probably the 4th, maybe 3rd best profession overall in this series. So that's a lot of gold from just blacksmithing. That is my alarm. Don't know if you guys heard that, but that was a rude interruption on such a great video. But we have Fellblaze, which is my leatherworker. So through leatherworking, we actually earned quite a bit of gold. This is much more than I was expecting through leatherworking, because it just always seemed so slow. But even then, 349k gold from that character. And you can see here's the worst character, which is tailoring. I do spend a lot of gold through tailoring though, so you will see in the tailoring video that I do specifically for tailoring the actual profits, but I've spent hundreds of thousands of gold on Tide Spray Linen on my tailoring character, so that is a huge reason why this is only 140 or 54,000 gold. Because if we skip ahead here to my Jewelcrafter, which definitely earned a lot less than my tailor, you can see that my Jewelcrafter has sent over 184k gold. So once again, I'll have to show you guys through the tailoring video specifically. And then we have Unholy, which is my cook. There we go, the cook, and my Inscriptionist, which is the 2nd best character besides this Alchemist here. So 519k gold, that's the 2nd highest value. And then we finally have Wilds, which is my Gathering Druid, and that was for 334k. Once again, that Druid has earned nearly 1 million gold, if I were to kind of assume. It's definitely earned near 1 million gold, but I definitely buy a lot of BFA materials on my Druid, just because I like having all materials kind of in the same spot on that character, and I just buy a lot of stuff on that character because it was mainly my bank alt for this series, even though it was my gathering tune. And there we go, we now have 5 million, and we actually had quite a bit more because I found gold in my guild bank that I actually forgot about, and it was for almost 50k in my guild bank. And you can see I'm still making sales as we're speaking right now. I've already earned another 13k on this character. It's crazy. But yeah, 5,054,000 gold. We are getting the Brutosaur. Like I was mentioning, it has been 5 months straight of playing nearly every single day, doing nothing but gold making. I have not done anything for my characters to earn gear, to earn achievements, to do anything besides make gold. That is what I've spent all my time doing. Now, to kind of go over some stats, I do play about 3 hours a day. That's how long it takes me to earn the gold that I've been doing, or that I've been earning, for recrafting, reposting, and all that good stuff. I will be going over much more detail in future videos. This is kind of just like the mailbox opening series, you know what I mean? So I'll definitely be able to make specific videos for specific pieces of information. But let's go over my TSM here, because this is the most accurate we can get here. So like I was mentioning, I haven't played the game. I definitely never played BFA. I played the first 2 days, got to 120 on my main, which isn't even on this server, so it didn't even affect this series at all. I had to get all my 120s from scratch on this server. But anyways, I did come back in October. That's when I gave up on Classic and started diving into retail, because I'm pretty sure in October is when they announced the Brutosaur was going to be removed. So that was when I came back and I was like, I want a Brutosaur. So you can see the first 2 weeks that I came back, I earned 92,000 gold. This is before I was doing this challenge series. Wasn't really thinking too much of it, so I was just casually making gold mainly through just gathering. It was mainly Serenite ore and BFA herbs. And then the second, or the last 2 weeks of October, I earned another 211k. Once again, I had no 120s besides the Druid, so it was just purely through gathering. I made a little over 300k the first month. Second month is the same deal with just pure gathering, and I earned 259k the first 2 weeks, and then another 199k the last 2 weeks. And then December, this is when I made the first video of this series, and this is when I actually was like, okay, let's earn the Brutosaur, and I made it a goal to, play every day for gold making and just pure gold making. So the first 2 weeks we earned another 207k, and then it did kind of dip down to 124k the last 2 weeks of December, and that is because that is when I was starting to level up all the characters that I wanted for my professions. I got all my 120s, and I was leveling up all the professions, which means I was spending a lot of gold and stuff like that. So that is why that was a huge dip, but then it just starts kind of ramping up from here. So we got 261k in January and 138k in January, and then it exploded because that was patch 8.3. So the last week of patch 8.2, I earned the least amount of gold, but that was because I was hoarding all of my materials and stuff for patch 8.3. And then you can see patch 8.3 comes out, and this is when we start actually making gold. February, the first 2 weeks, we earned 862k, which is quadruple the best week up to that point. Or I guess 2 weeks. This is in 2-week increments here, since it's on the year view. And then we have the next week, another 1 million gold. That was the first time I ever earned 1 million gold. It was crazy. I'm pretty sure that is the most viewed video of the series as well. So that was a huge week for me. This is the week that the auction house was fixed, and we got all of our mails that were stolen from us, basically. Remember when nothing we were selling was actually showing up in the mailbox when it came to materials and things that were stackable items. So that was a huge amount of gold to earn that week. And then it kind of, again, just ramps up. The next week, we almost double it for 1.8 mil gold. There was a dip in March, the beginning of March, so I guess the beginning of last month, because it is now April, where we only earned 1 million gold. Only 1 million gold. But yeah, it was still quite a bit. And then here is this last 2 weeks from selling all of the Xenanthid and selling, just kind of ramping up my production. We earned the final 3,576,000 gold. It was a crazy 2 weeks, guys. I didn't get to play as much this week, but last week I definitely put in a lot of time. I did jump up from about 3 hours played last week to about 6 hours played a day, so I did double the time I was playing, which is probably why I tripled, almost quadrupled the amount of gold I earned during those 2 weeks. And then some more general stats here. We have my sales for the past 5 months. Total gold earned is 12,770,000 gold. So if I never spent any gold, I would have 12 million gold right now, nearly 13 million gold. So that's the total amount of gold I have collected, not profited, but collected through the mailboxes from these videos. So that is a lot of gold that I've been opening through these videos, and I've just been spending a lot of it, because you do need to spend gold to make gold. So this is why this is not the end-all be-all number here, but it is just kind of nice to look at. So average gold earned per day is 67,000 gold. Once again, this is not profit. This is just what you collect from the mailbox after you sell an item, not including the crafting cost. So on average, not including crafting costs, I've been earning 67,000 gold a day. That's crazy, because when we first started these videos, when we were in December and January, I was earning like 5k a day, 7k a day. It seemed like I was not going to earn the Brutosaur in time, but patch 8.3 definitely was it was what made all my gold. Is patch 8.3. It was the best patch for me in terms of gold making throughout the entire time I've been playing WoW. Top item that I've sold is Potion of Unbridled Fury. You saw it in this video. I sold, what was it, like 300k, 400k just this week alone in Unbridled Furies. So this used to be Potion or Greater Flask of the Currents. So Greater Flask of the Currents was the previous best item that I've ever sold. And then before that was Highborn Compendium of Sundering, which is the tank eye level 400 trinket that you get through Inscription, or that you craft through Inscription. So those would be the 3 best items that I sold this entire series, the past 5 months, is Highborn Compendiums, the trinkets, and then the Greater Flask would be Currents, and then the best potion was Unbridled Furies. In terms of expenses, so this is the gold that I spent. I've spent 7,192,000 gold. So I mean, I've been spending like 1 million a week, so that's kind of obvious that I've been spending a lot of gold. And out of that 12 mil, that's why we're at 5 mil, because we had a total of 12 mil collected, but then a total of 7 mil spent, which makes it a profit of 5 million gold. And an average spent per day is 38,000 gold. So yeah, kind of gung-ho on buying items, and most of it, once again, was from Xenanthid. If you've been watching these videos for the past few weeks, I've been going crazy on Xenanthid, and it actually was a amazing idea, because if we move down to profit, you can see that my most profitable item was actually Xenanthid. And what that means, having this in both of these spots for expenses and profit, what that means is I bought a lot of Xenanthid, and then I doubled how much I spent in terms of what I gained back in profit, also from Xenanthid. And that was just from the past 2 weeks, like I was mentioning, this video and the last video. It was basically just these 2 videos that I've been talking about Xenanthid. I can also hover over the items, so basically, let's finish off this profit real quick. So obviously profit, we have 5 million gold now. Apparently I have 500k somewhere. I don't know where, but apparently we have 500k looming around somewhere. But I have earned a total profit of 5,577,000 gold. I guess it's because I bought the second account, and that was basically just a pure loss of gold, which would be the 500k, I guess, is missing. Because I didn't earn anything back from that yet, because it's still at a negative. I still haven't earned a profit off that. I'm down, I sent over 627k, so I'm still a negative, like 90k almost on that account, or from buying that account, I mean. So an average profit per day, so this is the real number right here. So on average, I earn 28,000, nearly 29,000 gold per day across all my professions. So we can kind of look at stats here for these 3 items, or these 2 items, I guess. So in terms of Potion of Bridal Fury, I have sold on average, or I have sold 4,407, and for an average of 236 gold each. I have sold them upwards of 817 gold each. And then if you look at the bottom for the crafting cost, you can see that I currently, if I made potions right now, which I do every single day, I earn about 316 gold per Potion of Unbridled Fury that I craft. And that is because it already accounts, since I have TSM set up this way, it already accounts for the procs. So that's why it seems like it is such a high profit, because you get procs, and you can get procs of upwards to 20 of a single potion. I crafted Potions of Unbridled Fury just yesterday, and 2 times in a row it said craft 20 Unbridled Furies, craft 20 Unbridled Furies. I got 40 in 2 crafts. It was crazy. It was definitely insane luck. And then if we would take a look at Xenanthid, I showed this in the last video, but let's show it off in this final video. We have a purchase of 84,000, nearly 85,000 Xenanthid. That's why it is the biggest expense. So I've purchased a total of 85,000 Xenanthid for about 35 gold each. So, you know, that is, I don't know, I don't have a calculator to add that up, but that's definitely over 1 million gold, maybe a couple million gold. Just in spending on Xenanthid. But then if we take a look at my sold value in the middle there, we have 8,432 sold for an average of 72 gold. So you can see I have at least doubled my gold through every single sale that I have done with Xenanthid, and I've sold Xenanthid upwards of 237 gold for a single piece of Xenanthid. So you can see there, I still have 7,300 Xenanthid in the bags, so I still have a ton more that are still going for double profit. If we take a look at the market value, or the minimum buyout here, it is 63 gold currently, 64 gold actually, because it's 63.99. So if I still sell these today, I'm still doubling my gold if I were to continue selling them. So that's also why I don't mind, actually, since I barely have 5 million gold, spending it all right now, because I still have millions and millions of gold across all my characters in items that I've crafted. So I'm not worried about spending all my gold right now. It doesn't bother me one bit, and let's do it. Those were some stats. Once again, I will be going over every single profession individually through videos to give you guys a lot more detail on what I've been doing, giving away all of my secrets across all the professions, giving you guys all the recommendations from me and stuff like that that I haven't been including in these videos. But let's do it. Reigns of the Mighty Caravan Brutosaur. Ooh, it's been a long time. It's been a lot of work, guys. Like, definitely was not an easy thing to do. I definitely respect people that make this much gold. If someone tells me they have 5 million gold, I'm not just gonna think that it was given to them. It's not WoD anymore. In BFA, it is hard to make gold. You have to dedicate yourself to gold making to make this much, but let's do it, guys. This is where we started. The very first video in this series started with this screen right here, and we're gonna end it here too. Boom. 5k left. We got it. Let's get in a better position where it's not like hostile and stuff like that. Once again, I felt like it was only right to do it on this character because this character definitely earned it. All the items, if we took a look back at my TSM here, everything came from Alchemy, right? The biggest sales was from Alchemy. Potions of Unbridled Fury. Oh, look at the expenses now. Now it's Reigns of the Mighty Caravan Brutosaur, but it was Xenanthid. And then the total profit, the biggest profit I've earned was from Xenanthid, which is from this character. So this character earns the Brutosaur. Let's do it. I don't have a good spot for this. I didn't plan for this, to be honest. I was expecting it to be next week, which is why this video is kind of... I didn't plan for it this week. I'm sorry, guys. I would have made it much better if it was next week, but it is this week, and I'm still happy about that. Let's scroll in right here. Learn it. So let's read the tooltip right here before we learn it. It teaches you how to summon the 3-person mount with vendors. Brutosaurs are used by the Zandalari Empire as both weapons of war and enormous mobile trading posts. Boom! Here we go. It lagged my game. No, keep it up. I want to print screen. Bam! Print screen captured. Conspicuous consumption. Owner of the Mighty Caravan Brutosaur mount sold in Terragard Sound and Zoldazar during Battle for Azeroth. And click it. Oh, I have to open up this. I should have clicked on the thing so I could have just pulled it up right there. But let's go Bruto. Boom. Right here. Mounts up. Set favorites. Look at that. Cost 5 million gold. We got it. Finally. This is crazy to me. I didn't think it would be this quick. Yeah, I mean, it was still a long time. It was still 5 months straight, every single day, putting in 3 hours a day at least. Like, it was a grind and a half. But it has now come to an end. I still have a lot more content to show you guys, though, like I was mentioning. I'm going to be making a ton of videos. Now I have the free time. I'm not going to be really dedicating myself to the amount of gold making I've been doing. I can definitely take a back seat a little bit here, take a little break, you know what I'm saying? Because we now have the Brutosaur. I need a WoW token, though. I have 4 days left on my game time, and I only have 5k gold now, so I definitely need to put in at least a little bit more work for the next 3 days to get my token, at least. But yeah, I'm going to be selling off a lot of my inventory and chilling on the reposting and stuff like that, definitely. But I will be having a bunch of content for you guys. I have the time, like I was mentioning, to just dedicate myself to sharing all my secrets with you guys, all the stuff that I do. I'm going to make a very, basically a live stream. I'm going to stream my entire restocking setup, so the second I log in till everything is posted on the auction house across all my tunes, I'm going to be showing you guys that. It's probably going to be like a 3-hour video because that's how long it takes me, or a live stream, I guess it is. It's going to be a 3-hour live stream to show you guys what I do to restock and recraft every single day, because people have been asking me to show that, and I think it's an amazing idea to just show you guys everything I do. Like, I have the Brutosaur. I'm not worried anymore about sharing secrets or anything like that, showing you guys all, like, literally second by second what I do every single day to make my gold. Doesn't bother me one bit anymore, so I will definitely be having, like, content like that out. Like I was mentioning with all the professions, I just have so many ideas for you guys now. I'm going to be diving headfirst into multi-boxing now, because now it's just for fun. So, and all the gold that I earn, I can just keep buying more accounts with. So I'll be doing multi-boxing videos too. Man, it's just barely beginning, to be honest. I'm going to be honest, guys. But yeah, we have the Brutosaur. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and this series. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button plus the bell next to it so you can be notified whenever I upload a video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.